Before we get into the English lesson, I would like for you to know that I am offering one on one speaking classes. If you are having trouble finding a speaking partner, check out the comments for more information. Hello, hello. Thanks for clicking on my second channel here. These are some idioms that Americans use all the time. I think there are 11 of them here, and they all use the word I. EYE. So let's take a look at the first one here. And at the end, I will have a quiz so that you can test how much you've learned from the lesson. Maybe watch this thing a couple times. But what does it mean if something catches someone's eye? That just means to get someone's attention. So maybe like an attractive person walks by, you notice them. Another way to say that is they caught your eye. The shiny ring caught my eye right away. And here I have a picture for you. It looks like some shiny rings in that jewelry case right there. So maybe one of them will catch your eye and you'll say, "Ooh, I really want to buy that thing." What if something happens in the blink of an eye? Well, guess what? It doesn't take long for that to happen. In the blink of an eye, it means it happened very fast. The car disappeared in the blink of an eye. Here's another sentence I have for you. It can be pretty sad. If you have older children, like I do, my two children are 18 and 19, and it seems like they grew up in the blink of an eye. It seemed like his kids grew up in the blink of an eye, like it happened so quickly. What if you need to keep an eye on someone or something? Take a look at that picture. It looks like that woman is watching that child. She's keeping an eye on them, making sure nothing happens. Could be a babysitter, could be a mom. You definitely want to keep your eyes on your children. So let's take a look at the official definition and then a sentence or an example that uses keeping an eye on someone. Watch or take care of something. Can you keep an eye on my bag while I go to the bathroom? So that might happen at the airport. You're sitting there. You don't want to take your bag into the bathroom, but sitting next to you is someone you think you can trust. So you might say that to them. "Hey, can you keep an eye on this while I use the bathroom? I'll be right back." All right. We got another sentence here. He needed to find someone to watch his kids overnight while he went on a business trip. In other words, he needed someone to keep an eye on them. Maybe he got called into the office. Maybe his wife wasn't around. So he needed someone to watch his kids while he was away, or he needed to find someone to keep an eye on his kids while he was away. What happens if you see eye to eye with someone? Well, that means you agree with them. You agree with someone. My brother and I don't always see eye to eye. Luckily, just an example sentence, my brother and I are very close. But in that sentence, you can see like I, meaning me, is spelled differently from this I. But I'm sure if you've been learning English for any length of time, you already knew that. What does it mean if someone turns a blind eye to something? That means they pretend not to see something wrong. The teacher turned a blind eye to the students using phones. And I do have a picture of that. I asked AI to create a classroom where students are using their phone. Looks like two of the students look exactly alike. And that teacher, now she has her eyes closed, but this is an idiom, so you don't actually need to close your eyes if you are trying not to see something wrong. You can have them wide open. You could be teaching the class and you're just ignoring the cell phones. Sometimes I do that because it's just so hard to keep saying, "Put your cell phone away. Put your cell phone away." I would never get any teaching done. So sometimes you have to turn a blind eye to things that are going wrong, sometimes in the classroom, sometimes out of the classroom. If it's a really big deal, I definitely don't turn a blind eye to it. Maybe like something like bullying. I never turn a blind eye to bullying, but cell phones, yeah, sometimes. What about a sight for sore eyes? A sight for sore eyes. Something or someone you are happy to see. Now, I was gone to India for over a week. Maybe not that long for some people, but to be away from my wife and my family, I don't like it. I don't like being away that long. So when I came home, they were definitely a sight for sore eyes. I really missed them. After a long trip, my bed was a sight for sore eyes. And I did mention that in a couple of the English lessons I made in India. The beds are very firm. And that took a little getting used to for me because I'm used to softer beds. So my bed definitely was a sight for sore eyes when I came home. I really enjoyed my first night back in my bed. What happens if your eyes are bigger than your stomach? This sometimes happens to me on Thanksgiving. And that means you take more food than you can eat. This happens a lot of times at buffets too. I think in the picture. Let's make it a little bigger. Yeah, this looks like a buffet where you can just go up to a table and basically take as much food as you want. In the United States, we have some bigger people, might be a little overweight. I'm not going to say who. Well, I do know that I could lose a few pounds, but we sometimes have all you can eat buffets. You pay one price and then you go into this restaurant and eat all you can. But sometimes people will put too much on their plate because their eyes are bigger than their stomach. I couldn't finish dinner. I had eyes bigger than my stomach. Before we get into this next one, we need to talk about what wool is. I'm not sure if everyone knows what wool is. Well, if you don't worry, you will learn it right now. Soft hair from a sheep that people use to make clothes or blankets. My sweater is made of warm wool to keep me cozy in the winter. We have an idiom to pull the wool over someone's eyes. That means to trick or lie to someone. Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes. I know the truth. The next one here, what does it mean if you open someone's eyes to something? That means you help someone understand something clearly. That video really opened my eyes about climate change. How about visiting Delhi? That opened my eyes to a few things. Visiting Delhi really opened my eyes to how lucky I am to live in a cooler place. My goodness, visiting Delhi in July, you are definitely going to sweat. What does it mean to cry your eyes out? This is an idiom, but you might be able to figure it out. If somebody is crying their eyes out, it means they cry a lot. She cried her eyes out after her dog ran away. Now that we have learned those 11 English idioms, I would like to give you a quiz. Please let me know in the comments. Do you like quizzes like these? If so, I will probably do more. What does it mean to catch someone's eye? A, close your eyes quickly. B, get someone's attention. C, look away from someone. Or D, take someone's picture. I'll do like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is B. What if something happens in the blink of an eye? Does that mean it happens very slowly? Or B, without crying? C, very quickly? Or D, after thinking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If something happens in the blink of an eye, it means it happens very quickly. If you keep an eye on something, you put your eye on it. Well, that wouldn't be an idiom if you actually put your eye on it. So, no, don't pick A. But do you break something if you keep your eye on it? Do you watch or take care of it? Or maybe you forget it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you picked C. Watch or take care of it. About number 4 here. When people see eye to eye, they argue loudly. They look at each other. They agree with each other, or they wink at each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you picked C. Okay, please let me know. Do you like the quiz? If so, next time I will do all like 11 examples we had. If you are looking for more English, right down there is a lesson about a lot more idioms. Don't forget, I am also offering speaking classes. If you would like to be my speaking partner, check out the comments section or the description box for more information. Thanks so much. See you next time.